Okay, I'm in editing mode in the curriculum gadget. I'm going to import courses by clicking the import button. And now we're going to see a list of all of my courses here. And I have quite a few. We have some options here. We can search by name. We can search by role, creating, contributing, if I'm an instructor on a course, if it's a course I'm learning. Or we can search by specific course ID. And then you'll have potentially multiple pages. If you have a lot of content created like I do, then you can navigate through that here. I'm going to jump back to page 1. And you can see here, I have prefixed the courses that I want to add. So retail training, RT, is what I used. I'm going to type that and click search, and you'll see we get a lot of these prefixed courses. So this is easy to find this way. You will notice though, if we come down here, so there's an RT right there in that title. I actually added the additional dash in the prefix for my courses. And so now when I research through here with the extra dash, then we weed out anything that might have a similar text string in there. So I'm going to select these up here in the top left corner. If you click in there, you'll see a little check mark appear. So I'm going to come down through my course list here, and I'm going to select the courses that I want to add to my curriculum. And once I'm done, I will click import. And this is the default view. It has now imported links to those courses into the curriculum gadget. So let's take a look at the settings. And this is where we can change the way these links are displayed. So we have text, which is just plain text. We have text plus, which also adds the description of the course. We have the tiles, which you already saw. We have bars, like this. And then we have just images, no text. I do prefer the tiles personally, and I also do prefer the medium size. So I think that looks nice. And you can force sequence from this panel as well. If I click that checkbox and then click out of editing mode, you will now see that only one link is active, and if I hover here, you will see that I get a message as a learner saying the course will become available after I've completed the welcome course. I'm going to uncheck force sequence, and we'll get out of the settings panel, and let's go back into edit mode. Now I need to arrange these courses in the proper flow. So I can simply drag the tiles and drop them, and this will order the courses in the way that I want my learners to go through them. And this, of course, is assuming that you will do some sort of sequencing or timed release. And we will talk about timed release here shortly. So first I'm just going to finish getting these arranged in the proper order. And that should do it. Now let's take a look at editing the tiles themselves. You click the pencil icon on any tile or in any of the other display views. You will find this. And then we have editable text fields. So when I created these courses, I added the RT prefix, but I don't want my learners to see that. So I can just come in here and I can delete this. And that shows up now in the tile without the RT. When you edit here, you're only editing the appearance of the link. You are not actually editing the original source material. So the original course title, the original course description does not get changed when you edit from this panel. We have a couple of other options here as far as where the course opens. You can ignore forced sequence. So if I were to click that when I had forced sequence enabled, if I click ignore forced sequence, then we'd see the welcome course like we saw before. But we'd also be able to access the greeting customers course, so it would not be part of the force sequence with ignore force sequence. And if you have a specific course that needs to be completed before this one can be accessed, then you can do that here by entering the course ID. And this will actually track if that course has been completed. And once it's completed, then it will open this automatically. Now I haven't made any changes here, so there's nothing to save, so I can simply cancel out. Let's take a look at scheduling courses. Click the Schedule Course button, and we will go into the Course Scheduling panel. And the start date is going to be whatever day that you happen to be in when you do this. And if you add an end date, that is the date at which these courses will no longer be available. And then moving on down here, we can choose how many courses to release on the start day. And then we have additional options in terms of how many courses we release, when we release them, and how often we repeat that. So we can release daily, weekdays, weekly, monthly, and how often do we repeat this pattern. So right now, if I click 3, then we're going to release one course every third day. You can see Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Thursday over there. If I switch this to 5 days, then every 5th day you will see that we're going to release a course. And that's not going to pay attention to days of the week. If we go to weekdays, now we can actually choose which days of the week these courses are released. So if I click Monday and Thursday, and then we look at our schedule info, we're going to see that the first course is released on Tuesday because that's our start date. But then after that, it's going to fall into our schedule. Thursday, Monday, all the way down until we reach the end. And if I uncheck that, now you can see it's every Monday only. We can go weekly, one course every week. Now you can see every 7 days, every Tuesday, we will have a course released. And if I click monthly, then on the 4th of every month, we will release a course. So there are many different ways that you can schedule your courses. And let's save this schedule. Let's go ahead and move out of editing mode and let's see what this looks like. You can see now that the learner gets a message about when the course will be available. And you can see that each course is tagged with the date that it will be available for your learners. Now I'm going to go back into editing mode. And the last thing here is add link. And this allows you to add links to materials outside of Versal and have them in the curriculum right next to the Versal courses. So just add your URL, add a course description, add a course image. And you don't have to do this. This is optional, but it certainly makes it look nicer. And we can use the file there. And then you can add a description here as well. And when we are all done and we have this to our liking, we can save this link. And if we scroll down here, now you can see that we have a link now to an external course or external materials right here in line with the rest of our Versal content. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. To remove courses from the curriculum gadget, you click in the top left corner and click remove. Let's take a look at a couple more. Let's get rid of the answer key, and right here up in the top corner, just like that, and click remove, and that will take them out. And if you want to import more courses, you just click import to come back into your course browser, and you can see that my previous search is still active here. But if I want to search for something else, I can just clear this out and click the search button, and now all of my courses will be loaded again for me. And that's it. That's the new curriculum gadget.